How do poker pros master different stack sizes? Imagine sitting at a poker table and seeing players with all kinds of chip stacks. Some are short, some are deep, and each one demands a different approach. How do the best players handle these changing situations? Well, it all comes down to understanding stack size and adjusting their game accordingly. When players have a short stack, usually 40 big blinds or less, they need to be very selective with their hands. They tend to play tight and aggressive, often shoving all in with strong hands to maximize their chances of doubling up or stealing blinds. This is because with fewer chips, there's less room for post-flop play, and risking too much can mean elimination. So, they focus on hands like high pairs or strong suited connectors that can win immediately or fold if they don't hit. In the medium stack zone, roughly between 41 and 90 big blinds, players have a bit more flexibility. They can open up their range slightly, mixing in some semi-bluffs and more speculative hands. But they still avoid overly risky plays that could leave them with no chips. The goal here is to pick spots carefully, applying pressure when they have good odds and folding when the situation isn't favorable. They also pay close attention to their opponents' stacks, adjusting their bets to put pressure on weaker stacks or protect their own. Deep stacks over 90 big blinds open up a whole new world of possibilities. Players can afford to play more hands, including suited connectors, small pairs, and even some weaker hands that can be turned into traps or semi-bluffs. They can also bet larger amounts to build bigger pots or slow play premium hands to trap opponents. Post-flop play becomes more complex and strategic, as they can use their chips to apply pressure, bluff more effectively, or extract maximum value from strong hands. Effective stack size is a key concept. It's the smaller of your chips or your opponent's chips in a hand. This number guides your decisions. For example, if your stack is 50 big blinds but your opponent only has 20, your effective stack is 20. That means your options are limited to shorter stack tactics like all-in shoves or small raises, regardless of your actual chips. Adjusting preflop ranges and bet sizing is another big part of mastering different stacks. With deep stacks, pros tend to raise bigger and defend more often, trying to build pots and play post-flop. With short stacks, they tighten their range and often shove preflop to avoid tricky decisions and maximize fold equity. Psychological factors also come into play. Deep stacks allow for more creative play and bluffs, while short stacks often push players into high-pressure situations. Pros are always aware of these dynamics and adapt their tactics to exploit opponents' tendencies based on stack sizes. In tournaments, stack sizes change constantly as blinds increase and players get knocked out. Pros stay flexible, switching from deep stack strategies to push-fold tactics as their chips shrink. In cash games, where players can buy in for large amounts, pros take advantage of deep stacks to pressure opponents and extract value. They also know when to tighten up if their stack becomes short relative to the table. By mastering these adjustments, knowing when to be aggressive, when to fold, which hands to play, and how bet sizes should change, poker pros navigate the shifting landscape of stack sizes. This helps them stay in control, make smarter decisions, and increase their chances of winning over the long run.